What's up? Please click that subscribe button. Subscribe now, please. I'm begging you. Okay, last time we watched the evolution of the PlayStation. And today we're going to watch the evolution of the Xbox.
A new game console hit shelves that competed with
here we started.
In 2001, a new game console hit shelves that competed with the established industry leaders.
I will not tolerate any Xbox hate in this chat right now.
PlayStation and Nintendo. It was, of course, the Xbox, which has been staking its claim as one of the best gaming platforms ever since. In anticipation of its fourth generation console, the Xbox Series X, it's only right that we cover the origins and progression of this much-loved entertainment brand.
Hurts my ears.
This is the evolution of Xbox.
Okay.
Before the Xbox, Microsoft had, besides making computer software, already been successful with publishing games for PC, such as Age of Empires and Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Ooh, okay.
Meanwhile, Sony was growing in popularity with the PlayStation 1 and was already working on the PlayStation 2. Because Sony became a threat for Microsoft and video games were rapidly growing into a massive industry, Microsoft decided to venture into the console gaming market. As far back as 1998, the original development team for the Xbox pitched an idea to Bill Gates for a console that could harness the power of a PC. The Xbox could have had a very different name, such as Myth, Microsoft Interactive Theater.
Myth.
Face, Full Action Center.
No.
VIP.
Yikes.
Virtual Interactive Player. And probably Elon Musk's favorite name, Mars, or Microsoft Active Reality Zone. Eventually, the name was shortened from Direct Xbox to just Xbox. 3 years later, the machine was showcased by Bill Gates and The Rock.
Or me.
Wait,
what?
The
Rock.
The Xbox is everything The Rock is. Cutting edge, powerful, exhilarating, and like The Rock, it will be the most electrifying thing coming out this year.
While the features of the Xbox, like potential for online play and HD resolution, were no doubt impressive, skeptics viewed the concept as no more than a PC and game console clothing. Regardless, the release date was soon set for the following year, and both gamers and critics alike waited with excitement for the launch of this groundbreaking new system. Fun fact, according to Xbox co-creator Seamus Blackley, there was a guy at Microsoft who had fancy markers which were immediately stolen by everyone. The only color he had left was the green one, so he made the designs with that color. Microsoft actually used that green as the iconic Xbox color. Blackley refers to it as
that's a true story?
Green nobody wanted.
I wonder if that's a true story. Oh my god.
In 2001,
Halo in the garage.
the Xbox was officially released. Microsoft managed to sell 1 million units in its
Fusion Frenzy.
3 weeks. When it was introduced, Microsoft's machine was competing against Sony's PlayStation 2, Nintendo's GameCube, and Sega's Dreamcast.
What does that intro remind you of?
While the PS2 would ultimately prevail in terms of sales by a huge margin, the Xbox
Fusion Frenzy is
did end
one
up
of my favorite
outselling
games
the GameCube with estimated sales of 24 million compared to 21.7 million units respectively. The Dreamcast, however, only managed to sell 9.1 million units. Prior to its launch, Microsoft had acquired a games development company called Bungie. Bungie adapted their Halo franchise into a first-person shooter that could take full advantage of Xbox's impressive specifications, and the rest, as they say, is history. Halo and Halo 2 sold millions of copies, shattering records and became a classic Xbox exclusive series, as well as a flagship game for the system.
I used to play this at my house, my friends' houses, my cousins' houses, my cousins' houses. Everywhere. We literally would just play Halo all day long. Didn't matter where we were, what we were doing, what family event, what day of the week. It's everything. Holiday. It was all just Halo.
Other notable games were Forza Motorsport, Fable, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Damn. We're in the future.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Xbox became known as a platform for Western games and first-person shooters, which were quite rare back then.
Call of Duty Black Ops?
The controller that came with the first console was bulky, to say the least. Given the nickname of the Duke because of its heavy size and weight, a slimmer S version had to be made for the Japanese market. The S model controller eventually replaced the Duke entirely, to the relief of gamers everywhere. In 2002, Xbox Live was made available. Xbox Live is a subscription-based service which made it possible to play online multiplayer games. Microsoft lost money on every Xbox they sold due to the high manufacturing costs of $425.
I'm trying to differentiate which Xbox and which Call of Duty.
In total, Microsoft lost a whopping $4 billion on the original Xbox. However, they succeeded in making a name for their console. In 2005, Microsoft doubled down on their efforts and released the Xbox 360, almost a full year before its competitors came out with the PlayStation 3 and Nintendo Wii. Changing to an all-white appearance, the 360 released at price points of $400 for the Pro version, which came with a 20-gigabyte hard drive, and $300 for the core version, which only had 4 gigabytes of internal flash
That's my boy!
More models of the 360 were released later. In 2007 came the Elite with a 120-gigabyte hard drive and a black finish. The core version was replaced by the Arcade. Both are almost identical. In 2010 came the Xbox 360S, which was a slimmer model that also has a Wi-Fi adapter. And lastly, in 2013 came the E model, that was restyled with design traits of the Xbox One. Getting the jump on its rivals certainly paid off for Microsoft, as the 360 sold more than 86 million units and remains the company's highest-selling game console to date. Updated hardware resulted in better graphics and a system that is thought to be much easier and more attractive for game developers.
Chris got a 360 day one at the Xbox event. The graphics then blew my mind. I know.
Like the Gears of War franchise. Gamers had access to a wide variety of online and offline hits such as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Fable 2.
I never played Fable or Gears of
Forza Motorsport 4.
I did play Forza 4 actually.
Grand Theft Auto
I did.
5.
GTA 5, of course, you guys know that.
And of course, many Halo games,
3.
Such as Halo 3.
I liked Halo 3 a lot,
Halo Reach.
Halo Reach I didn't play as
Halo 4.
Halo 4 was probably the least amount played.
The 360 was a great home entertainment system too, playing CDs and DVDs while supporting services like Netflix. The user interface, or dashboard, has undergone many changes throughout the Xbox's history, with the aim of making the user experience smoother and easier for all. However, it was not always received that way.
This is what I started, when I started streaming on Twitch, this is what my viewers used to see back then. I used to go through this menu. It feels like so long ago. It wasn't like super long ago, but this right here, this screen right here is what my viewers used to see. And by my viewers, I mean me and my friend that would basically just use the Twitch as like an instant replay. So
one aspect of the 360 that Microsoft would rather forget about is the dreaded red ring of death, a console-killing issue that plagued Xbox owners and was signified by a ring of LEDs on the front of the console turning red and the system doing not much else. It was often caused by overheating. At least Microsoft's CEO at the time, Steve Ballmer, had no problem spending over $1 billion to recall the 360 in order to legitimately solve the red ring of death problem. In 2010, the Kinect add-on was launched, which consisted of a motion-controlled device and microphone.
What game?
This allowed players to use their bodies and voice
Holiday
to control
parties,
the
I used to make
action
my cousins
instead
play
of
Just
using
Dance.
a traditional controller. Games such as Kinect Adventures, Dance Central, Kinect Sports helped to sell the gadget. In total, 24 million units were sold. For those paying attention, you'll recall that's as many sales as the original Xbox console.
Was there anyone paying
The next
attention?
Xbox console was released in 2013. It was marketed as an all-in-one entertainment system, hence the name Xbox One. Every Xbox One initially would be sold with the new Kinect sensor. It made use of a full HD camera with wider angle coverage, improved tracking accuracy, and heart rate monitoring. The Xbox One with the Kinect sensor came at a high price of $500, especially next to Sony's $400 PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but you got the
high
Kinect.
price plus other drawbacks, such as an inability to share or resell games, privacy issues with the Kinect sensor, and having to always be connected to the internet, resulted in a terrible launch of the Xbox One. Microsoft did retract and changed many of their initial requirements, but for a lot of gamers, the damage had already been done.
True.
It's fair to say the Xbox One got off to a shaky start, though it did recover somewhat and to date has sold over 47 million units. Ultimately, though, it lost ground to Sony, who sold 109 million PS4s,
Damn.
and Nintendo, who sold 52 million of their Switches. Microsoft marketed the Xbox One as more of a multimedia device,
Switch was
with
hyped,
owners
though.
able to play media from USB devices, CDs, DVDs, and Blu-ray discs, as well as being able to capture and stream gameplay footage. The console's original operating system was based on Windows 8, but the user interface was not well received. It has been updated over the years, though. The focus on home entertainment, as opposed to just gaming, has led some to believe that Xbox has fallen behind in terms of the game titles it now offers.
The
Still,
Xbox One,
it has
I remember
a number
playing,
of exciting
like Dying
exclusives,
Light.
such as Forza Horizon 4.
I
Gears
tried
5,
to play the newest Black Ops. I think it was
Sea of
3.
Thieves,
I didn't care for Black Ops 3.
and
though.
Halo 5.
Not much.
More iconic games available to play on the Xbox One include Red Dead Redemption 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Minecraft, Battlefield 1, and Cuphead.
Really?
Oh man, this game can be frustrating. The Xbox One controller is refined from the Xbox 360. The D-pad is improved, the analog sticks are easier to move and have more grip. The X, Y, A, and B buttons were moved closer together, and the trigger and bumper buttons were made much wider. It is now also possible to design your own controller with the Xbox Design Lab. Multiple models of the Xbox One
None
were
of our
released
parents
in
was paying for any of that.
2016. Came the smaller Xbox One S. This Xbox can upscale games to 4K resolution and supports high dynamic range, which broadens colors in contrast. The Xbox One X is a high-end model which was released in 2017. It features upgraded hardware which is a lot more powerful and can play games in 4K resolution. And in 2019 came the Xbox One S All-Digital Edition. It doesn't have a disk drive and stores everything in the cloud.
Where you are now.
No.
And finally, scheduled for release at the end of 2020 is the Xbox Series X. At the time of writing, no price has been announced, but
How
Xbox
much was
appears
it
to be focusing on a high-end
when it came
product.
out?
The new system is claimed to be twice as powerful as the Xbox One X and will be able to play games in
500?
4K resolution, has a 1 terabyte SSD, and can render 120
Ooh.
frames per second. It is also backwards compatible, allowing to play games from all Xbox
Thank
consoles.
goodness. As
New
it
games
should
coming
be.
up for the Xbox Series X are Forza Motorsport, Hellblade 2, Dirt 5,
Oh, I played Dirt. I remember that game a little bit.
Not all
What
stories
the-
have happy endings.
Watershed,
Cyberpunk
thank you for the prime.
2077,
Raunchy Salami, thank you for 2
and of course, Halo Infinite. Unfortunately, though, Microsoft Flight Simulator has not yet been announced for the Xbox Series X.
Has it been announced now?
Xbox certainly
The,
intends to stay
Flight
competitive,
Simulator?
but surprisingly, Microsoft's head of Xbox, Phil Spencer,
It's already
revealed
out?
that it isn't PlayStation and Nintendo whom they see as their main competition for the future. It actually is Google and Amazon, since the future console wars could be with cloud gaming services. Cloud gaming still seems like it's in the distant future, so for now, let's just wait in excitement for the next generations of Xbox consoles.
All right.